Hello, I'm Lloyd at Lloyd Cymru on Twitter, and I run coronaviruscymru.wales, and this is how I make my coronavirus updates.
Right, let's get to it. So first thing I update is the website. Obviously first I have to change the date, which has been a problem in the past, but not today. Number of cases, 9972, which is 160 new ones yesterday, slightly lower than it was yesterday. And up to 925 have died, which is up 17. Now, how many people have been tested? 32,145 today. So I have to get my calculator out. And that is 930 new tests. Now the next thing I update is the graphs, which is easy enough to do. I use this site called Infogram. It lets you create and embed graphs that are very easy to update, and they update automatically across the website. It's free and easy, which is what we're looking for. Now we go into the health boards. So on the dashboard on my phone, just recording my phone now, we scroll down and you can see a map of the counties, and here are the cases by health board. So that's what I'll be using for this. Right then, that's that step done. So next we move on to the cases and increase bar graph. So what I do, I put in the date and I put the number of cases yesterday, which was 9812, I believe, and the number of new cases, which is 160, and that, yeah, that looks about right. Deaths and increase, I put the number of deaths that were yesterday, which was 908. And I put 17 on top, and that is the graph step done. So the next thing I do, you might think it's the map. No, it isn't. It is the spreadsheet which has all the local authorities on it. So I go on my phone again. I do the dashboard on my phone because it's hard to do on the computer, having the dashboard and the website being changed at the same time. So on the phone you go down to the map and you do it in alphabetical order. So Blaenau Gwent, 275 cases, that's 3 new ones. 713 people tested, that's 29 new ones. And we do this until we've got all 22 counties done. Wow, no new cases in Bridgend. As you can see on this spreadsheet, I only changed the first 4 columns because the second 4 have all got an equation formula in them that automatically changes the number, which significantly saves time. And that is the spreadsheet done. So I have to highlight the whole thing, copy, and then I go back into Infogram, which I always close for some reason, I'll never know why. And then I go to my all projects and local authority table, edit data, and paste. And there we go, that is the local authority table updated. So the next step now is to update the map. So I use maphub.net, it's free, it's very easy to use. I have been looking at updating the software I used to make the map, but so far nothing has worked well for me. So I go through all the counties on the dashboard again and fill in the information in the description. Bad mistake, at least I noticed I did it. Now, because Pembrokeshire has so many islands, I have to change the data in the mainland, which is easy, but then I have to copy all that data and paste it onto all the islands, because I don't want my county map to appear too simplistic, and people are going to notice. If you click on an island and see data that's 2-3 days old, you're not going to like it. Now you'll notice when I do the testing numbers, the increase doesn't actually match up with yesterday's number. I've no idea why that is. I just use Public Health Wales' number. I used to calculate them for myself, but it took up a lot of time, so I decided to go to this method. Wow, none positive out of 51 tests. That's a good sign for Bridgend. And I've got a lot of members of the Bridgend coronavirus support group who might be watching this, so hello. With the infections per 100,000 people, I use the 2018 mid-year population stats. I've always used that, even before Public Health Wales gave a rate. And luckily Public Health Wales uses the same stats, so my infection rates aren't actually affected by the new dashboard. Right, so the next step in making the map is to change the side text, which in this case would tell me that 85 cases are outside Wales and 83 haven't been placed in a county yet. So that is the county map completed. Sometimes I'd have to tweak the shading, but it looks like this time I won't have to. Yeah, so next we go on to the health board area map, which it has the deaths per health board area in it, which is very helpful to many people. So on the dashboard I go to the death section. Obviously I can't have the cases and deaths on the screen at the same time, so I get my pen out and I write it on a card. Okay, Betsy Cadwallader's rates, for some reason 183.0. Okay. Oh, I accidentally put Gwyneth's rate down. Look how I notice these things. So the next step, yet again, is to do this. Luckily, no one outside Wales has died, so I don't have to change that. And that is the map finished. So at this point, I jump onto Twitter and I tweet out that the numbers have been updated. So after checking notifications too. Yeah, Twitter's a funny place. If you're observant, you'll notice that I tweet out my updates from Twitter web app, which is obviously much easier than tweeting from my phone, especially if I'm already on the computer. Yeah, you're funny. I hope some people in the notifications here are watching this. Hello if you are. So I don't actually remove the picture below. That's probably something that I should consider doing, because it starts to look a bit terrible after, you know, I think there's 20 odd pictures stacked on top of each other here. That's probably why it's so slow actually. It's not the number of slides, it's how many pictures have just been dumped on top of each other in each one. So you might be wondering now, because I do it in Welsh, do you have to watch me do the whole map again? No, you don't. I go into my file explorer, go into my USB stick. I have a copy. I will delete that copy because it's no longer relevant. Copy, paste, edit it in Microsoft Paint. And then I just change the writing, because the numbers are obviously easily understood in both languages. That's that bit done, and now I've got to change the bottom. And that is the Cymraeg version done. So I do the exact same thing again. And now, the final step is go to gov.uk first. It'll tell me if the UK's numbers are out, and surprise surprise they're not. So I now go to Worldometers and have the worldwide deaths number. So I put that in my calculator and I take it away from yesterday's number, and that'll tell me the change. So now these are ready to go out. They are finished. No need to add any notes at the bottom. If anything does happen, I put a text box at the bottom, put a little asterisk at the start, and then put the note in. So I start the PowerPoint presentation, and I print screen, open up Microsoft Paint again, paste it in, make sure it's all looking good, and then I save it. And I do the exact same for Cymraeg. And then the updating begins. The posting of the slides to social media. First thing I do often forget to do this, but the first place I should ideally be uploading it is to the latest update section on my website, because people do notice that they don't always end up there in a timely manner. Looking good. Make sure I actually remember to publish the changes this time. Good. Right, let's have a look in the glorious Twitter notifications. Yep, diolch, ti'n champ. Harsh but true. So I tweet them out, just add them as images, and then I give it a bilingual title. I don't think tagging hashtag COVID-19 actually does anything. I don't think there's any point. But you never know. Looks good to me. One last little glance, make sure there's nothing terribly wrong, and it's up. So I immediately, within seconds, I pin the tweet to my profile, go back into the Word document, who liked it immediately? You're getting a shout out. Jenks, yeah, thanks for liking it straight away. It's always one. Not that that's a bad thing at all. And there we go. So the next place I post it is Facebook. You can tell how much I use Facebook because whenever I open it, it goes straight to this page. No, I'm not active at all on Facebook, so I don't look at the comments much in this group. Okay, make sure it's spelt right. And it's up on Facebook in this one support group. So I have been thinking about setting up an actual Facebook page for this, but it hasn't really taken off. I haven't got a logo that's good enough, and the placeholder I put in looks absolutely terrible. So the next step is to post it onto Ko-fi. Right, so this is up, and there we go. That is how I do my daily update. Done it very quickly. I did 10 minutes faster than normal today. So, diolch yn fawr am wylio, and see you soon.